Welcome back to another episode of A Certain Magical Index. So in the previous episode, we saw the entire cult, the entire science religion, if you will, the Krem school that Izzard is in charge of. We also saw Isa in there, right? And there were a few shenanigans there. We saw that Izzard kind of has some kind of like either time manipulation magic or something along those lines. It's a very interesting one. It's called Ars Magna, something along those lines, right? So it seems really, really strong. I don't know how we're going to overcome this. I guess we'll see, right? He also took Index hostage, or I say hostage, but we don't know what he's planning to do with her. He just took her in. He knocked her out and took her. So I don't know what's going to be happening there. He also tried to erase the memory of Toma, but Toma was able to remember everything. And then he also jogged the memory of Still by basically giving him a big old punch to the face, uppercut to the chin, and he ended up, jumbling his memory a bit. So now let's see what's gonna happen next. So if you wanna watch this, Uncut and Blur is also on Patreon in the description, and let's go into A Certain Magical Index, episode 9. Yep, it's a problem. We need to go and save her. I don't know how we fight this guy though. The Blood Vampire Killer. Here we go. Hmm? That's Sugita Tomokazu. That's crazy. I never heard him sound so serious. I thought so. I said that in the previous episode. That was a theory of mine. Well, actually, she's actually saved. Whoa! Well, he should also know at this point that the way that they're talking about it, that her memory hasn't been erased, and it's also already been, I'm guessing he knows what day of the year it's supposed to happen at, right? So he should also know that something's weird here because her memories are obviously not erased from the previous cycle, and it's already tipped over to the what would be the fourth cycle from here on out, right? I guess the fourth year, right, since he was with her, and it hasn't tipped over, so he should suspect that something's probably gone a bit differently than expected. Well, strap in. Yeah, it's really messed up. It's a really messed up plan. Sacrifice the many for one. And even then... Yeah, we have a surprise for you. Yeah. Your entire plan is useless at this point. Sorry, bud. That's what he meant earlier, I see. Yeah, sorry, bud. Lamar. Where's Sphinx, by the way? You good, man? If you really care about Index that much... Nope. I was gonna say, if you really care about Index that much, you would be happy that she's saved. But it's obviously never been about that. Oh! Oh! He could just kill like that as well? Okay, I feel like there's a few things that I want to talk about here before Whoa, I just skipped forward. Holy, I just skipped forward accidentally. So there are a few things that I want to talk about here. The first one is obviously about Izzard. So obviously it seems like he had a plan. He was her partner, right, for a year with Index, and he wanted to save her. Also, it did look like 3 years ago Index was younger, right? So anyways, he got attached to her, he wanted to save her, whatever, right? Normal stuff so far. But then obviously he went so off the rails that you can't justify any of his actions. Not only did he try to make her into a vampire not voluntarily whatsoever, right? Not considering her feelings on the matter at all, but also he was harming all of the other students, right? We saw how the students got harmed by his magic that he put on them, right? We saw how they got bruised up and stuff like that, right? And they needed actual medical help after it, right? Even if it wasn't necessarily like killing them, it was still hurting them. So it's just highly immoral, everything that he was doing. You can't really justify any of those things, right? So he completely lost the plot in that entire pursuit of, you know, his goal. Also, the other thing is, what was I going to say? There was another thing that I wanted to say. When they were talking about, they were in front of him talking about, you know, the cycles, and they said, oh, he was, you know, her partner 3 cycles ago, then the previous cycle, I was her partner, and then in this current cycle, you are her partner. And he didn't pick up on, oh, we're still in the current cycle, we should already be in the cycle after this, right? So I don't know if he didn't, maybe he didn't hear them talking about it, or maybe he just didn't put it together, but surely he knows the date at which this should happen, the memory erasure, and he should know that that date has passed already. So we should be in the 4th cycle since then, right? But we're not. We're still in the 3rd one. So yeah, something is obviously gone differently here. But yeah, he didn't pick it up. So interesting. This is what we saw at the beginning of the previous episode. Or maybe it was episode prior. This is the Sugita Tomoka's voice that I know. Imagine Breaker! Imagine Breaker was able to cancel it! Nice! You stop it from happening. Oh, Toma, my goat. What a guy. Still just watching this, having fun. He's not having fun. He's not having fun. Touch yourself. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. Nice. Oh, you can't block this. Object made by magic. You can block it. You can block it. It's made with magic. Yep. Like here, behind. That's not good. If you can't react to it, then you can't block it. Did he miss? Hello? Wait, what? They didn't do anything. Is he doing this on purpose, or is he genuinely just not succeeding? Yeah, fair point. Oh! Oh! What? What? It should be easy for him. Yeah, exactly. There's obviously some big limitations to it. Also, what happened with Still? What? Is it something to do with like making reality appears a certain way? Like projecting a certain reality, like an image of a certain reality, but not actually doing it? That doesn't make sense though. I don't know. Bro's got that stormtrooper aim. They animated the hell out of that shot. The OST. Yep. Nice. It's to convince people that it does, right? Yes! Kinda. Because he's the monster! So he thinks his hand is a monster. Yo! What? So his hand actually did get cut off then. Wow, and he still kept going. So you're telling me that his hand actually did get chopped off, but he kept on going because he figured out the power, and then by using that, he made his hand, or not he made his hand, but he knew that his hand is going to be made into a monster because that's how he, Izzard imagined it. So he used his hand by knowing that he's gonna imagine it as a monster and then use it to defeat him. That's insane. And then reattach his hand. Yo, Toma, holy shit. I don't know how that worked with the entire still situation though, but either way, that was awesome. Still? Yep. Oh! Yep. Nice, that's perfect. Wow. Yeah, that was insane. Mm-hmm. Index. Oh, still's out. He jumped out. Aisa's here. Vibey pseudo magician. I'm not a vibe. Hopefully not. Thanks, Sphinx. Yeah. She's kind of expressive, isn't she? Aww. Aww. That was a really cool scene, the way that they animated her expressions there. Damn, what an episode. That was an insane episode here, right? That was really, really cool. So, we got to see a bit more of Izzard. That feels like that's kind of like the end of this mini arc, or at least the introduction to this mini arc, because we haven't really seen anything to do with like vampires yet, right? And we haven't really solved the problems that Isa, right? That Isa's having with her entire deep blood of, you know, attracting vampires. But on the other hand, we have gotten rid of Izzard, which is gonna be nice, right? So that was an interesting entire proposition there of Izzard kind of going completely mad in his search of trying to save Index, right? And by trying to save Index, he basically completely forgot about A, you know, what happens to other people that he's using in this plan, and B, also what happens to Index in a way, right? And Index's wishes, because he was going to subject her to a life that she possibly didn't want to live anyway, right? So yeah, he completely lost every, like, all sense of morality in his pursuit of his goals. But yeah, Toma once again, an absolute giga chad, right? Toughening it out while not having his hand, bluffing it, so that he can basically scare Izzard, so that Izzard has to think that his hand is a monster. That was insane. And then his hand just ended up being reattached. What? I don't know what, I guess it is the Academy City, right? The City of Science and stuff like that. So I guess we are to believe that their, you know, entire medical science is also more advanced than ours is. So maybe they have like doctors who can use railguns that are specifically designed for, like, I don't know, railguns are only offensive, or if they have like healing railguns, like how there is like healing magic, like with angels and stuff. I don't know, but if there are healing railguns, that would be kind of cool, you know. That would be kind of cool. Maybe they have that, you know, to use for extreme cases like this. But yeah, his hand ended up being reattached, luckily. So that means that even in the future, if someone tries to cut off our Imagine Breaker, hopefully it can be reattached. Hopefully. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, that would be good. That would be really, really nice if that were the case. But either way, though, yeah, insane episode, absolutely crazy. But I don't know where it's gonna go from here. It feels like, as I said, it's the end of an arc here. Even though we still have more stuff with Isa to hash out, but we'll see. For now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.